Today, we're going to talk about traveling waves and its possible influence and ramification if we were to combine that type of a biointelligence signals within the future of AI systems, such as the speculative systems of AGI and ASI, as well as robotics. While the terminology traveling waves may sound
Sci-fi.
scientific, it is not. It is a known phenomena within the discipline of neuroscience. And today we're going to talk about what they are and how they differ if we compare that to neural oscillation, aka brain waves. So I will be reading as a part of the book where we talk about traveling waves versus brain waves. This section is called neural oscillation. As you already know, they're also brain waves versus traveling waves. As mentioned earlier, neural oscillations, often known as brain waves, are rhythmic patterns of electrical activity generated by the synchronized firing of neurons in the brain. These oscillations occur at various frequencies, which are categorized into different bands, such as alpha, beta, gamma, etc. Each of these frequency bands is associated with distinct cognitive processes. And by the way, as we mentioned, science is always evolving. So we know a lot as of today about neuroscillation, but we are learning more and more as time goes by. For example, alpha waves are linked with relaxation, beta waves with active thinking, and so forth. In addition to that, we also are learning a lot about how brain waves have the capability of orchestrating a lot of cognitive processes. So we are learning again as we move forward. Neural oscillation can be detected through various techniques such as EEG or LFP, local field potentials, which measure the brain's electrical activities. These oscillations represent the brain's core communication system, allowing the different regions to synchronize, transfer, and exchange information, and so forth. While neural oscillation typically occur within a specific brain region or neural networks within the brain, traveling waves are neural oscillations that represent oscillations that move across brain regions. So it is important to emphasize that traveling waves are not something separate from brain waves. In fact, they are exact same, alpha, beta, gamma, etc. But their defining feature is their movement across different regions of the brain. What makes traveling waves particularly significant is their ability to reflect the brain's internal communication. Traveling waves represent a more dynamic form of brain waves, neuroscillation, while neuroscillation can be stationary and localized. Traveling waves move across brain regions, transferring information between different regions of the brain. These waves serve as means of coordination activity between distant neural areas and neural networks, propagating signals that integrate sensory input, motor commands, and higher order cognitive processes. For instance, a traveling waves of alpha beta oscillation may propagate from the visual cortex to the motor cortex, coordinating sensory input within the motor and visual outputs. In this sense, traveling waves are the mobile version of brain waves, carrying information between different brain regions, whereas stationary brain waves remain localized within a single neural networks in the brain. These sections go into more in-depth explanation about the nature of traveling waves, but in the interest of time, I'm going to jump through those sections and then share with you more of the high level or eagle eye view parts of these sections. So in recent years, there have been a growing interest in studying traveling waves because they provide insights into how the brain dynamically organizes information and orchestrates complex behaviors. They are also thought to be involved in various cognitive functions and may be disrupted in certain neurological conditions. In the complete landscape of the brain, the coordination of neural activities is critical for various cognitive processes. One of the most fascinating mechanisms underlying this coordination is the phenomena of traveling waves, etc. Traveling waves can also be thought of as a form of neurocommunication that moves across the surface of the brain, or through its deeper structure within the brain. These waves arise from synchronized firing of neurons in rhythmic patterns, creating a wave-like motion that can travel across the cortex and within the subcortical regions of the brain. And their role, and then I discussed the role in sensory processing, coordination in motor actions, memory consolidation, cognitive flexibility, and implication of these traveling waves for neurological disorder, even for neurodivergent folks. And I'll also discuss traveling waves, for example, between visual and motor cortex, something that really enables us living organisms to perform acts and tasks based on our visual sensory. For example, when we see something, the visual cortex says, okay, this is, for example, this is the book, and then I pick it up, and then that's the motor response towards it. Traveling waves have also shown to be extremely crucial when it comes to predictive analysis that, for example, we humans are capable of, as well as error correcting signals. So recent research has shown that traveling waves are not just passive carriers of information, but also play a critical role in predictive coding and error correction. Predictive coding refers to the brain's ability to anticipate future sensory events, while error correction involves adjusting the brain's activity when predictions don't match the actual inputs. Because traveling waves can rapidly transmit oscillatory signals across regions of the brain, they help the brain stay updated in real time, allowing it to make quick adjustments based on new information that we receive. This predictive and error correcting mechanism enhances the brain's efficiency, particularly during complex tasks that require constant feedback, like visual motor coordination. This mobility and coordination capability makes traveling waves crucial for larger scale brain coordination, which can be useful in modelings of future and speculative spaces such as AGI, ASI, and future of robotics. I am now going to jump to the next chapter where it talks about now incorporating potentially traveling waves, or at least thinking about how traveling waves are crucial in terms of performing such complex tasks within the brain, and how to utilize that as the biointelligence that we inherently have by incorporated into the future speculative spaces such as AGI, ASI, and future robotics. Understanding how traveling waves facilitate the coordination between the visual and motor cortices offers valuable insights for AGI, ASI, and future robotic systems. By modeling these traveling waves, it may be possible to develop AGI, ASI, and future robotic systems that can more effectively integrate sensory information with motor outputs, leading to more human-like abilities in tasks requiring visual motor coordination, for example. While traveling waves offer a compelling model for understanding neural processing in the human brain, the utility in AGI, ASI, and future of robotics can extend far beyond mere inspiration. By treating traveling waves as data points, we can leverage the dynamic information they carry to enhance the cognitive processing capabilities of artificial systems. Traveling waves represent real-time, continuous streams of information that encapsulate the brain's internal state and its responses to external stimuli. In AGI, ASI, and robotic systems, these waves could be used as direct inputs to inform decision-making processes, adapt behavior, and improve the system's interactions with its environment. Since traveling waves carry information across different regions of the brain, reflecting the ongoing neural computation involved in tasks such as perception, action, and learning, capturing the pattern of these traveling waves and using them as data inputs into AGI, ASI, and robotic systems could gain access to a rich source of dynamic information that reflects the temporal and spatial aspects of neural processing. That's all I had for today. Keep the comments coming. I think that the comments I get from you guys is very thorough and very thoughtful, and I love that. And if there's anything that I can help with in terms of answering questions or even you adding to the body of knowledge, please do let me know. And also, again, if you find this channel useful, share it with your friends, and also please hit the like button to increase engagement. Thanks all, and see you guys next time. Bye.